Oh, don't you love the inflation? Price of gasoline is over $5 a gallon. No, that's not so bad. I haven't bought gas in the last 2 months. Why? Because my vehicle died. Yep, went plop. So I have to go. Now looking and looking and looking, and the other night I was told you need to get a vehicle. So I did. I went looking, I went online. Oh, I've been doing it for a long time, but looking online, and finally I said, oh, that looks like a nice vehicle. And I go over to the car dealership, and I said, hey, you got anything for $3,000? Are you kidding? $3,000 is a rust bucket that no. But I got something here for $80,000. Hey, you want that $130,000 vehicle over there? No, that's a little bit out of my thing. I can't even afford the hubcaps on that. So I talked to him. I said, well, let's look online. So there was a Ford place across the street, and they had a truck in there. How would you like a pickup truck? I said, okay, let's see if you can have. I'll be right back. He goes across the street and says, the Ford guy says, hey, you got this? And he says, no, sold it yesterday. Oh, it's not exactly my class of thing, but hey, it has 4 wheels and runs down the road. He says, yeah, sold it yesterday. And then we looked at all the $5,000. Well, nothing for 3. Let's look at 5. So he calls around to other Chevy places. Yes, I bought it from a Chevy dealer. Most of my cars have always been Chevys, you know. Most of my cars have always been as-is Chevys. So I look, and they look around. He says, yeah, we got a bunch of this, and we got a bunch of that, and says, of the 4 vehicles that we looked at, 2 of them will not be certified by thing, and the other 2 were sold. You know, basically they're all sold, but 2 of them are uncertified, which means that we're not going to back them. We got them, we sold them as is. The others are sold as is. But have I got a nice one for you? Okay, you want to go higher? I says, well, sure. Okay, we got this one, we do this. Nice car, nice and clean, looks pretty in good shape. And so instead of paying $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000, I almost paid double the thing. Oh, the bottom line. How much can you take on a credit card? The guy said, yeah, but we still need to get everything. I says, why don't we just go over and I will take it out of my savings account. My savings account? Oh my goodness gracious. Well, it's there basically to buy a new car. And when my old one basically died, I do mean died, stopped working, pop, that's it, stopped working, it died. Well, which was a great car. But, hey, let me put it this way, there's no one. Due to inflation, the guys basically said, if this was 3 years ago, and we offered this car, you could have got it for $5,000. You can't do it anymore. It says basically, it got all over this, like, I will give it to you for this price. Okay? He says, well, this was the price to get it. I understand. Okay. Under $10,000. It says it's inflation. Everything's inflations. Oh. Well, I got there goes my savings. But I need a car. And it's going to give me my 15 miles to the gallon. Okay, that says a lot right there. But I need a car. I need basically an SUV. That thing. it's in pretty good condition. It looks clean, which considering I used to do. I don't see very much rust on it. But hey, that's the world we live in. And could talk about inflation. Gasoline's $5 a gallon. Now for the last 2 months I've been March, April, May, almost 3 months I've been riding a bicycle when I need to go back and forth. But that doesn't work all the time, because when I have to go further away, I have to have someone else give me a ride. So, and I need to haul some stuff in August, a lot further away, that I need a vehicle. There's nothing I can do about it. Well, hey, I will continue to ride my bike. At $5 a gallon for gasoline, I think yes. But I don't know. It's a really thing. Inflation's a really thing. You go to the store, have something like it's more than baby formula. I don't eat baby formula. I mean the other foods I need. But you look at the prices and say, oh my God, this stuff is rising in prices. Everything is going up. I mean, everything's going up. And one of the reasons everything is going up is that our wheat fields are, or corn fields are, or soybean fields are either underwater in the springtime like that, it's too wet to plant, or you do plant them and you need a couple weeks for the stuff to dry out. You do plant them and it rains 3 times the amount of rain, and your stuff is molding in the ground. That hurts. Wheat fields in the west, it's too dry to plant wheat. It's almost similar to India, which they have 120-degree temperatures, and it's too hot to plant, which India was once which they have stopped in India. They're not exporting any wheat. And considering a country that has 1.5 billion people, that a certain percent of the people are on the verge of starvation. What you're trying to do. But yeah, it's all getting rough. Price of everything is going up. Price of water. Your water, I have a water well deep, drilled my own well long ago. But same thing with gas, oil. It doesn't really make that much difference. The old saying is the oil company is cheating us and they're raising their prices. They're not raising the prices. It's just everything is going up. The inflation it hits everybody. Getting a ream of Xerox paper has gone up. And then all the employees, they will they go up. And when you have people in your company who may hey, you oil company workers are union. And there's in there a little contract. They go up. Inflation goes up. Their salary goes up. Almost like the what was it? The Chicago transit workers. CTA. And this is years ago. The contract was. They get a cost of living increase. They still get a cost of living increase. So inflation goes up, their salary goes up. Yeah. And of course the price of fare to everything goes up. Electricity goes up. Gasoline goes up. Diesel goes up. So that's inflation. That's our world. Of course, our dear old government's printing billions of dollars. And we're being forced to fight a war that nobody wants. Yeah, we're forced to fight a war that nobody wants. We just got out of a $2 trillion war for 20 years, where the enemy that 20 years ago kicked out of office, came back in office. And think about them. They were our enemies last year, but this year they're fighting in Ukraine against the Russians. It's like the Taliban have volunteers fighting against the Russians in Ukraine. Wow. But let's talk about inflation. Everything's a thing. A friend of mine wants me to go down to help him in his studio, which is round trip. Would give me, see, it's 20 miles there and 20 miles there. I'd be spending about $15 every time I go to help him. And I want to do a video now. You want to do? Wow. Sure you don't want to do YouTube video? It'd be cheaper. You do what I'm doing here, which he has a brand new laptop that can do the same thing I'm doing with this 6-year-old laptop. Yeah, or 7-year-old laptop. Tell him to go online and use YouTube. No, that's not any good. Do trading films online. You mean you can do training stuff online, and you can charge people to go see your YouTube if you want to. But I don't want to be down in the studio. No, I don't want to do it. I can do the same thing I'm doing here, talking into a little video, and I'm going to give a lecture for 30 minutes. I can do 30 minutes, or I can stand in front of a green screen, and you could put stuff behind the green screen if you want to. Yeah, it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier. But he has this big green screen. Well, I guess my green screen. I mean, it covered the wall. Ceiling's 20 feet by 20 feet, and there's a green screen right there. And lighting was no problem. Well, he has all the lights down there. Used it before, and I can stand up there and do my lecture and do my back and forth and have a wireless mic. I do have wireless mics around somewhere. Yeah. The other night for the Gibbs meeting, I had. I was asked to bring XLR mics, so I did. Okay. Because I just bought a good Shure microphone, and turns out to be, I forgot something on it. It's a microphone made to go into a computer to turn it on and control the volume and everything else. You just said XL. I said, I wish I knew exactly what he wanted. My mistake. I didn't bring the extra cord. But it's the world's changed these days. I can do basically my whole speech at home or in front of lights like this, and give my whole lecture on whatever I need to do, and I don't have to go down. I told him, I said, I can do stuff in my home. I can put up a background, which I actually do. I happen to bought a big projection screen, which I could all do at home. But hey, I'd rather do it at home than do it in someone's thing. Yeah. That's word about inflation. It's just really costly. Boy, is this going to really cut into my thing. But again, I'm cheap. Hey, I just spent 3 times the amount for a vehicle that I don't want to spend for. Well, I'm off. Do my 15 minutes. Okay, goodbye.